Welcome back, casual gardeners. It's Saturday. I should already have this video published, but here we are. And I am completely unprepared. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna talk about what's happening in my greenhouse. We're gonna talk about what's happening in my garden beds. And we're gonna talk about what's happening with the chickens. So if you're interested in any of those things, then this video is for you, and I'll break it out into chapters. Chapter 1, what's going on in the greenhouse? Well, I've moved my rosemary into the greenhouse. Here in Zone 6, rosemary will not overwinter successfully, and we typically grow it as an annual, but since I keep it in a clay pot, terracotta pot, I can move it into the greenhouse in the winter and it stays warm enough to survive. And that also means that I can put fresh rosemary on my turkey and whatever I make for Christmas dinner sometimes. It's nice to have fresh rosemary. I think I'm gonna have to expand my terracotta pot herb garden to include some other herbs because it's just so nice to have those fresh herbs in the winter with my greenhouse. If you don't have a greenhouse, you can use a south-facing window inside your house and get the same benefits. Another thing that is going on in my greenhouse is I am growing lettuce. I actually have 24 pots of lettuce. I think it's been very interesting to see which varieties are doing better in these conditions and which aren't doing so well. For example, most of my black-seeded Simpson lettuce is still a little on the small side. I think maybe black-seeded Simpson is just better for seeding in the spring, but my Merlot lettuce and my other red lettuce variety are both doing really well. And so is whatever this finely divided variety is. Look, it's already got roots coming out the bottom of the pot. That's okay. There should be enough room in this pot to support the plant through the winter. This is about a trade gallon pot, which is, I don't know, like 0.8 real gallons, something like that. Trade gallon pots are not a gallon, but they are a great size for growing lettuce if you want to grow it indoors, all in one pot for its whole life. Another thing that's going to be going on in the greenhouse, but hasn't happened yet, is I'm going to move my American pitcher plants, my North American pitcher plants, into the greenhouse for the winter because they need some chill hours and they need to go dormant, and it's too warm inside my house for that to happen. Sarracenia pitcher plants have to have dormant hours, as do Venus flytraps. If you don't give them that dormant time in the winter, they're going to struggle to come back year after year. So they are a perennial, but they'll act like an annual if you don't give them dormancy. That's really all that's going on in the greenhouse right now. Look at the garden. Hey, check it out. Oh, clay soil. Carrots. Oh, still technically a carrot. So I'm still getting a few carrots from this patch. I didn't get as great a harvest as I wanted to. Clay soil sucks for carrots. I think from now on, if I want to do carrots, I'm going to do them in containers in better soil than this for carrots. Because even though I completely turned this over to a depth of over a foot, a lot of my carrots struggled to get established in my clay soil. My understanding was that fava beans or broad beans were something that you planted in the early spring, about the same time you plant peas, and then harvested until summer killed them because they don't like the heat. But I still have some fava beans happening here, and I'm tempted to just let them keep happening and collect the seeds from them. Super easy to collect fava bean seeds. They're one of the biggest seeds you'll plant. But yeah, these are supposed to be dead right now, and they are not. The peas understand how it's supposed to work. They are looking like peas should right now. But the fava beans, they're just weirdos. You're weirdos, fava beans. I've also already talked about this. I've got my garlic in this bed. I do see one garlic plant that's kind of peeking up right now. The rest of it is still below the soil where it's supposed to be. It's not too late, but it's almost too late. Get your garlic in the ground. If it's not in the ground yet, you plant it in the fall, you pick it in early summer. This bed has beets, and they're ready to go. They've been a little slow because there's too much shade here for beets, but this is where I planted them. And that just means I get a harvest of beets in the fall. They look pretty good. I'm not upset with these beets. They do better in questionable soil than carrots do. Oh no, I'm gonna have to eat some garden fresh beets. What will I do? Over here, I've got kohlrabi, and I'm gonna wait till it's had a little bit more frost and then pick the rest, because kohlrabi that has been through a frost is a little bit sweeter and a little bit less woody, and that's awesome. There are a lot of ways to cut kohlrabi, I've discovered. I might do a whole video on how to eat kohlrabi, because I think a lot of people are confused by it and don't know what to do because it's not a typical vegetable. Let me know in the comments if you'd be interested in that video. Over on this side, we got my tomato plants. They're about done. I still have some cherry tomatoes that might ripen before the frost finishes killing the plants. I'm honestly shocked there are any green leaves on my tomatoes left, but there they are. I've also got a couple of lemon drop peppers that are still ripening, even though they ought to be dead by now. But this time of year, that's really all that's going on in my garden. It's a little bit more than I expected though. Cool. My girls don't want to come out of the coop right now because it's chilly. I just got this girl. Her chick name is Little Gray Girl. We haven't given them grown-up names yet. So I'm a little bit sketchy about, are they all hens or do I have some roosters in there? I do not know. And I honestly, I just don't want to name a bird that I don't get to keep because I've already really bonded with all of them. So the plan is that I'm going to name them after strong historical women because my spouse is a feminist. So I already know I have to name one of my chickens Zenobia because there was a queen of the Palmyrene Empire in the 3rd century AD who for a brief, like 3 days, had the largest empire in Eurasia. And then she lost it again because she went up against the Roman Empire and the Romans were still pretty strong. Oh, hello, more chickens. So this is one of my chickens that I'm not sure whether or not they're actually a hen. Come here, girls, look at this. Look what I got. Now I'm gonna name another chicken after Eleanor Roosevelt because Eleanor Roosevelt is my spouse's favorite first lady. Sorry, I got really distracted by chickens. Are you gonna jump up and get my camera? So this one's baby name is Little Naya Bird. And that one was Tawny Chick. And this one was Red Face Girl. But that's another one that I don't know. Oh, hello. This was Little Brown Girl because she was kind of a runt. But anyway, I want to name these chickens. Do you want to come up? Do you want to come up? This one was little Black Girl was her name as a chick. I love that they have these fuzzy cheeks. So what makes me concerned that this might be a rooster is just the shape of the tail feathers here. But I think hens can have tail feathers that are this shape. Another thing I would look at are the saddle feathers pointy. I didn't know that the saddle was closer to the tail. I thought that the saddle was where a chicken jockey would sit, but apparently I was wrong. Also, I want to look for, come on up. I want to look at their combs. Roosters will have redder combs. So this one is definitely, this is Little Naya Bird, who will have another, I think this might be Zenobia when I decide it's safe to name chickens. But, so you can see she has a standard chicken tail. and she has actually quite a pale comb and hardly has a comb at all. Are you going to get my mic? That would be most inconvenient. So anyway, if you see any of these chickens in the video that you think maybe they might be roosters, then you are welcome to let me know down in the... Come here! You come here! Not you, little brown girl. So what would you name this chicken? This is definitely a female chicken. Let me know in the comments. I don't have a name picked out for her yet. Strong woman leader chicken names. So she is such a pretty girl. I love the darker border on all of her feathers, how that gives them that texture. So it would really help me out if you like this video and if you subscribe to my channel, because this is a monetized channel, and if I make money, I'll make more videos. Who dat? Who dat? Get... Little dork. You're such a dork. Come on up. Come on up. All the way up on my arm. There you go. Okay, this one, their chick name was Red-Faced Girl because she had a beautiful flame pattern on her forehead when she was just a little downy chick. This chicken is too beautiful to not be a rooster, but I mean, they've lost their sickle feathers on their tail. They had some sickle looking feathers and now they don't. And their comb isn't brightly colored. If you poop on my ear on video, I'm going to be most distressed. So now I'm not sure. So let me know in the comments, do you think that's a boy or a girl chicken? I'd love to know. I'd love to keep them because they're a gorgeous chicken. Hi again, little brown girl. You for sure stay, huh? Chickens are fantastic in a garden because not only are they great pets, and not only do they produce the best eggs for eating, but also if you don't eat your carrot tops or your beet greens, those are really, really healthy food for chickens, and they will help take care of those and convert them directly into fertilizer for you, which I think is absolutely fantastic. So that's what's going on in my garden. Thank you so much for joining me all over the place. Hope you have a wonderful time in your own garden.